Hey everyone, Greg here from the Laser channel where we learn, create, and share. This video, I'm going to be working on a client project. This is part of a wind chime, and this irregular piece of material needs to have an engraving on the front side and the back side. Now, getting my artwork perfectly positioned on here can present some challenges, so I'm going to show you my method of getting the artwork perfectly centered up on this irregularly shaped piece of work material. The machine that I'll be using today and any of the accessories that you see, I'll have links to those in the video description down below. Let's check out how I get my graphics centered up on this work material. For that, let's check over into the computer. Let's check out what I've got on the screen. On the left side here, I have this funky shape that oddly matches the shape of that wind chime. And on the right-hand side, I have the graphics that, of course, will get engraved onto that wind chime piece of material. We're going to see that this is an outline template that I'm going to use to help center up the work properly within the laser machine. And how I drew this is I measured the overall height of the wind chime piece of work material along with the width. When we take a look at this funny looking top here, I've got the normal radius that would be on the work material, but I let these lines extend past because this is actually going to be the true height when I drew this out. And I did the same thing down here at the bottom as I let those lines extend past before I applied the radius tool to get more closer approximate shape of the wind chime work material. There's just a couple main things I'm going to be looking for when I draw this template out is going to be the overall height from the bottom to the top, and of course the width left and right. I also left the center lines in here because I'm going to use that to help center up the graphics when I eventually move them over. The template material that I'll be using today is going to be simple black poster board. I love using the stuff that has a white core to it. This way, when I laser engrave it, I have a nice high contrast white line that shows up. Let's go inside the machine and see how I have this set up. The honeycomb in my machine is magnetic, so I like using my magnetic red strips here to secure the poster board in place. It's very important that once I engrave the outline of that wind chime shape that this poster board does not move. The other thing that I've also done is I set the focus, of course, of the work material up to the laser head. And the next thing I'm going to do is use the control panel to position the laser head over to what I would like the starting position to be. That looks good, and we're ready to head back into Lightburn software. I'll navigate to the Move tab and get position. That is also going to move the cursor of the actual position of where the laser head is. If yours doesn't show up, just click this button down here, show last position, and they're of course referring to the laser head itself. From here, now I can take my template and position this up into the area that I would like. I think that looks good, and I can frame this out to make sure I like the way this looks. And from here, I have some pretty fast speeds at very low power levels just to engrave about halfway through that poster board once again to reveal that nice white core. From here, I can do a reality check and place my work material down. And again, I'm not looking for this to be absolutely perfect. I just want something to make sure that I can get a nice, accurate alignment. And this is looking good. From here, I'm going to select the graphic for the top layer, and I'm going to put that on layer 00, and I've got my settings for that. I'll zoom a little bit, and what I can do is place this on the center line and drop it, and then I can click on it once again and press and hold the shift key, and that'll constrain it into moving it in a straight line. And this looks pretty pleasing to the eye. I'm ready to hit the start button. This looks absolutely perfect and everything is aligned excellent. Now, next up, I can place this back with the bottom facing up and we'll get the engraving going on the back side. That looks good, and if I'm concerned about this shifting around during the engraving process, I have some more of these red magnets and I can just fully box this in. I can take this, move this back off to the side, put it back on a tool layer, and put that backside graphic on layer 00. And when I talked to the client, we were looking at having this centered up on the lower half. So something right about here, I like the way that that looks. And once again, I'm ready to hit the start button. There's the backside straight out of the machine. Here's the completed project cleaned up with some LAs totally awesome. The front looks great and so does the back. Using a layout template is just one of the methods I use for getting perfect graphic alignment up to some really odd shaped materials. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like, subscribe to the channel, or ring that notification bell. It's a really great way to help the Laser channel grow, and it's an awesome way to connect content like this with other great viewers just like you. Well, until we meet again in the next video, learn, create, and share.